welcome to a very special episode of the Smut Club.
You may think to yourself, wait, that's not the name of my favorite podcast.
That's not the name of the podcast I've been listening to since April of last year.
Yeah, you may think like, wow, that's an amazing name, but that's not the name that I recognize. And we are here to say that will now be the name of your favorite podcast.
Yes. Welcome to we're going to do this little mini episode. We're rebranding Our Kinky Kindles to the Smut Club.
Because
this podcast, look, Anna and I started it. Well, this became an idea probably last January.
Yeah.
Well, an idea for way longer, but
the idea of loving smut has been.
But
around
like the developing started really in January of I guess this past January, and it was just going to be me and Anna talking about smut,
the books we read,
the books that we were reading, because we were like that we discovered that we both read garbage and
garbage literature.
Yes, and so we were like, we'll just talk about the books that we're reading, but this podcast is turning into something else, which is amazing. We have had guests on the podcast frequently, and we are no longer doing just books. We're doing television series.
It's frequently where that's been fun to see that, like, oh, we're doing television series. Sometimes we listen to these books. Sometimes we read them physically. Sometimes we're talking for 45 minutes to an hour about Taylor Swift.
Exactly.
And you know what? That is more content that we're broadening our horizons. We are building a longer table for all of our friends to come join. This has now become the Smut Club.
This is the Smut Club, and in your Smut Club, you will always have me and Anna, and we are going to definitely keep doing episodes that are just Katie and Anna.
Just Kindle Unlimited beauties.
Just straight smut. But we are also going to continue to have Savannah, she's here. She's here.
Surprise me. Savannah's actually here with us.
It's me. Yes, we're going to continue to have Brandon and Savannah with our television series, and we're going to continue to have Hope for our fantasy series.
Yes.
And, you know, this might grow into more. We invite more people onto the podcast.
Who can know it?
We're very grateful that you all love this podcast and have been hanging out with us, even as we have diverted from books into television, into Taylor Swift, into everything else we've been talking about. And we want to make sure that the messaging of our podcast matches what we're actually doing on the show.
That's really the heart of it, is as we've done this, we've kind of been we have been guided by what sparks joy for us, because we have heavy jobs where we work with a lot of darkness and trauma, not just stress, but like actual challenging mental health situations. And so it's been really meaningful to be able to say, hey, we want to do this series instead. We want to do the Summer I Turned Pretty. We want to hang out with our friends and bullshit about other stuff. And it's been really fun to have a beautiful podcast outlet for that, and for the listeners to eat it up with a spoon, because y'all are our people.
Yeah.
That y'all are a part of the Smut Club.
Yes, you all are also in this Smut Club.
If you're listening and you enjoy smut, you're in our Smut Club with us.
Yes. So just know that even though the art looks different, the name is different, it's still going to be the same podcast you've been listening to.
Much of the same content.
The same content, the same voices. But we're just rebranding so that our name matches what we're doing on this show, and hopefully this helps it reach more people as well.
Yes, I think the clear marketing is going to help everyone find, because that's the goal, right? Like, this is not an exclusive club. We want anyone who enjoys smut to find us and partake, and hopefully that's going to help broaden. We're going to bring our people on in. And it's been really fun to kind of set up regular recording, to recap amazing stuff with Brandon and Savannah. And we may or may not be about to record some goodness here with Savannah tonight.
Little spoiler as to why Savannah's actually on the pod.
We're about to record other good stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, it's we have such deep love and gratitude for our listeners. We hope we've inspired y'all to, one, take ownership over what sparks joy for you, especially if it helps you engage with yourself, enjoy sexuality, be silly, enjoy things that may feel kind of off limits. Maybe it's super kinky. Maybe it's fluffy smut. I don't know. We're broadening this.
All of
Yes.
it is valid.
All of it is so valid.
It's important to us that our podcast covers a broad range of topics because we are interested in a broad range of topics, and we engage with media that's a broad range of topics, like from our books to our television series. And it's not just specifically about specific kinks about sex. Like, sure, we talk about kinks on this podcast. Absolutely,
amazing.
We do. But we want to make sure that the name involves, all of the aspects of smut. Because we talk about how, like, the shell of the ear and...
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Jeremiah,
come on
the
in.
Jeremiah of it all. Like, everything that falls under the category of smut and not specifically just kinks.
The kinks. Yeah. So there's so much... Sexuality is so broad, and the expression of sexuality, and that is the fun of it. And so we're having a broader... It's a new title, and it's helping us step even more fully into what we're already doing, I feel like.
Yeah, and we want to be able to include people... Because we did Red, White, and Royal Blue, which is...
so fun.
We love to look at different sexual identities and experiences, and we have conversations about poly relationships on this podcast, and so we want to make sure that the table's open to everyone, and that this is a community of people who enjoy just expressing themselves in a way that feels right. So whatever feels comfortable for you is safe in this podcast.
Oh, I love it. The inclusion of it all. I feel like especially in this region.
Yes.
This region of the country.
We do have most of our percentage of listeners in the United States are in the South, and like we see y'all, we hear y'all, like we get it. We're here.
We get it.
It matters. You're not alone.
Yeah.
It matters to have spaces where you can unapologetically express yourself and be goofy and silly and
be a
maybe
person.
not make such a big deal about our genitals. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe we should all calm down.
Maybe we should just be people.
You need to calm
and
down.
Let's just have sex and be people. I don't know.
You need to take a shot, y'all. That was in this short episode. You're gonna get one shot.
That's guaranteed.
Under
one
10
thing.
minutes and you get a shot. You need to calm down. We got a Taylor Swift reference. You're welcome.
Yes. So be on the lookout. We're gonna start rebranding our socials, which is just TikTok at this point, but we're gonna start. We're gonna have Goodreads.
Is that social? Yeah.
And be on the lookout for our Instagram. We're gonna start an Instagram and the new email, which. If you do email the Our Kinky Kindles pod, you'll get an automatic response with our new email in that. So don't worry, we're still going to get your emails. You're going to get a prompt to email the proper email account. So don't worry about that. You'll still have a chance to talk to us.
Everything's still easy peasy. We're just rebranding the same existing account.
Yes, everything's going to be the same. It's just got a different name. We love you all so much. Thank you all so much for listening to this little mini episode.
Yes.
And we'll see y'all next time. Until next time, welcome to the Smut Club. Bye.